Hey everybody, and welcome to Stock Abilities. I'm going to be covering the breaking news alert that apparently Trevor Milton has resigned from Nikola Motors. Whether this is an official story or not, it hasn't really came out through any big media outlets. So far, it's came through freightwaves.com. According to Hindenburg Research, they posted this just an hour ago, so late at night. This is fairly breaking news. Sources close to the embattled fuel cell truck manufacturer reporting that founder Trevor Milton has resigned as an executive chairman of Nikola Motors as a part of the company effective immediately. The last I heard that was going on with Nikola Motors and all this stuff was that the Hindenburg report basically put a lot of things into question. He combated it with a weak rebuttal, and in turn, it seems like he wanted to go and work with the SEC, and then all of a sudden, he's being either terminated forcibly or something or other going on. I guess we'll find out more information in the days to come or the hours to come. He's basically going to stay as a major shareholder, but uh, where the company's going to go from here is who knows. Sources tell FreightWaves that the decision was Milton's in an effort to protect the company and his investment. Milton owns approximately 82 million shares, or 20% of the company, worth about $2.8 billion. Sounds like he's a little fearful. Something might have been said, something might have been, stressful for him, or maybe he just couldn't handle a short seller, questioning a lot of things that are going on with the company. If you guys are not familiar, he's the founder of Nikola Motors. He hired a family member with no real experience for the battery lead operations type of person. He created a vision for hydrogen-powered trucking industry. A lot of things came into question when the Hindenburg report came out. Short sellers are short sellers. You had Hindenburg and Citron kind of both bashing the company at the same time. But a lot of the things were never really explained in regards to why he did things the way he did things. But, this is just the stock market. This is how it works. These are people come and go. We're going to see how Nikola progresses from here. But I personally wouldn't touch this company at all in the long term, the short term, or for anything. Maybe for a good short, but I feel that it's going to be reacting before the market even opens in the first place. So you're going to see in the pre-market probably a big dump again. He planned to build have occasionally stretched beyond what is physically possible, leaving many detractors to highlight these statements as proof that the company is a scam. Others, including many in the industry and suppliers that have partnered with the company, saw a firm with a grand vision and opportunity to make a major impact on the future of transportation. If successful, Nikola would greatly reduce the carbon footprint from one of the largest source of emissions. The EPA estimates that 6.4% of greenhouse emissions emitted in the US come from medium and heavy duty trucks. Before the company went public, few had ever heard of Nikola outside of the heavy duty trucking industry. The company completed a reverse merger IPO or SPAC offering in June, which gave the company a valuation higher than Ford, which is very interesting considering they've had zero net profits to date, at least based on their SEC filings. The company has yet to mass produce a product, and all of its revenue to date came from selling solar panel installation services to Milton. So think about that. This company's valued at multiple billions of dollars, but has generated zero revenue. This is a developing story, according to FreightWaves. Pass on more information. I'm going to link all of this in the description below if you guys want to follow up with FreightWaves. This is the source it came from, and ultimately from Hindenburg. I got alert. Figured I'd do a quick video on it for you guys. If you're not aware, I did a very extensive video on the Hindenburg report. Went down, broke through all the different points that they brought up. Some of the biggest ones being that he literally pushed a truck with none of the actual tech behind what he claimed was already there. So he basically pushed a truck down a hill, claimed it was a working vehicle, allegedly. A lot of these claims were very vague. Allegedly, how you want to interpret that is up to you. Uh, to me, it sounded a little bit fishy, but, I don't know the full details on that, only what Hindenburg says. Essentially, they walk back claims relating to its battery technology. He hired his family member, his brother, as director of hydrogen production infrastructure to oversee the critical part of the businesses. Travis's prior experience looks to have largely consisted of pouring concrete driveways. Doesn't seem like it really fit. A huge number of shares were passed back and forth, made them tons and tons of monies. And then there's some other questionable things. Their semi truck that the only thing that functions and works. This is a real truck and provide no evidence. Blah blah blah. A lot of this is covered in another video, which I'll link to in the description below for you guys if you want to check this out in more detail about the Hindenburg research report. Essentially, this was Nikola sets the record straight on false and misleading short seller reports. The Nikola semi-truck production company expects the Nikola semi-truck to be a pioneer in battery electric semi-truck created in collaboration with Iveco through a joint venture and developed during development of the semi-truck development. During 2021, Nikola began testing a pre-production Nikola 2, the large order of electrified refuse truck, and General Motors partnership. They just giving some basics here. They didn't really cover much of anything. They never claimed that they made inverters in house. They don't really bring up what the hiring the brother. They don't really bring up other little questionable things about the batteries. They don't really bring up really much of anything in regards to that. Not much details. Not much. They claim it's more allegations. Short seller alleges that 2016 Nikola 1 was not a real truck and was in fact a pusher. Nikola 1 is a real truck that sits in Nikola's showroom. A pusher means a vehicle that was not designed to be moved on its own by its own propulsion system. Nikola 1 was in fact designed to be powered and driven by its own propulsion. A lot of keywords there to how they explain it and how they defined it. The fact that Trevor all of a sudden is leaving, he simply resigned. Maybe he got fired, who knows. Get more details will come out, I'm sure, in the days to come, the weeks to come. The only source so far is FreightWaves. There isn't a whole lot of other sources popping up. I figured I'd post this video, share it with you guys here. No matter where you're watching, just to give you an idea of Nikola and what to expect into tomorrow's trading day. It's probably not going to be a very good one. There's a lot of detail into that, claims he made and things like that. Once again, another video covers this all in more details. This is more about him just suddenly leaving out of nowhere. Weak response. Hindenburg research just raised more red flags. Then obviously this is going to raise even more red flags of him suddenly leaving. Not a good sign for the company. This might be a good short opportunity. I guess we'll see how it unfolds into tomorrow. Not going to go into too many details about that. Nothing really posted on the Nikola Motor Twitter. Nothing really posted on Trevor's Twitter on what all this is going on and what might happen in turn. I guess we'll find out more information from FreightWaves. I'm sure CNBC or Hindenburg will give some updates in regards to what might be happening and why they left. It's very vague in the details. He said he's protecting the company and his investment. That seems a little fishy, but we'll see how this all unfolds here into the future. So thank you for listening in. Make sure to comment below your own input on Trevor Milton resigning, getting fired, whatever it might be. It's very vague. Just leave in the comments below why you think he's leaving, what you feel the future for Nikola Motors is without him, assuming this is a legitimate story. And thank you for listening in, and have a great day.